When asked what their biggest takeaway from the festival is, it was
Girl Scout cookies. What can I say, man? They make some, and some soup too. Okay. They make the good soups.
Michael was right. One thing people enjoyed were the many varieties of food, as scents of fried dough, burgers, popcorn, and so much more filled the air. What was harder to choose from was the many vendors that lined the paths of the park. First-time vendors of Pumpkin Fest, Yvonne Youngs at Rockin' Jam and Matt at Coffin Jockeys, both were happy with the festival.
How to do the Pumpkin Festival, that it's, a lot of people, great atmosphere, big pumpkins.
We're doing great. We're loving it. The traffic here, the people here, really nice.
Even the Standerson sisters. I'm Nasir Miko, reporting for WTOP-10 Nightly News.
Oswego was visited with around 7,000 campers for some partying and fun during the 52nd Super Dirt Week. According to the mayor of Oswego, Rob Corradino, those campers helped make October one of the best revenue months of the year in Oswego. Over 300 cars showed up to try and win the Procedures event, but alas, Stuart Friesen, a NASCAR Truck Series driver, took home his sixth victory this past Saturday.
Coming up later tonight, the effects of Hurricane Milton.
And the U.S. sends a defense system to Israel.
What's going on?
Yeah, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
no.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Matt, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30? Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa. You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow. Get a close up of that one.
Matthew,
look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
We'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Welcome back to Major Discussions.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to your nightly news here on WTOP-10. I'm your Storm Team 10 meteorologist, Bradley Jacobs. And taking a quick look at our current conditions outside, it was a very cold, brisk 45 degrees outside with those winds coming from the northwest at 17 miles per hour. The dew point's in about 38 degrees or so, and then the humidity about 72%, so it's still rather moist out there with the lower pressure near about 1,000 millibars, seeing all the rain that we saw earlier. And Oswego took home the SUNYAC championship for most rain throughout New York today at over an inch of rainfall, with Ontario, New York coming in just shy under an inch. Then you got Brockport and Fredonia, 9/10 of an inch as well. Going down to Batavia, close to 9/10 of an inch as well. And then up near Lake Placid, where they are seeing a little bit of some snowfall, near a little over half an inch of rainfall as well. And taking a look at our current temperatures throughout the state, most of western New York sitting in the mid to low 40s. Going down the I-81 corridor, Watertown, Lowville in the low 40s, coming down to Syracuse in the mid to high 40s still, with some wind coming right off of the lake as well. Going down into the southern tier, going into the high 30s to low 40s, and then up towards the capital region and North Country into the low to mid 40s as well. And some snowfall with the recent precipitation we can see here going through Wednesday, we can see parts of the North Country region seeing 3 to 6 inches of snow potentially throughout the time. Now, we will be seeing that with the winds coming off the lake, really enhancing the snowfall there as well. And looking at our chance of rain throughout the week, we can see here today at Monday, there was a very high chance with the winds and everything. It should decline as we progress through the week into Wednesday with a slight chance of the wind and stuff staying around, and then sunny conditions go into the rest of the week. Take a look at our extended forecast. We can see these showers and temperatures rebounding as the weekend approaches with conditions clearing up as well. This is all for my 4 weather forecasts. Back to you guys at the desk.
Governor Kathy Hochul has launched the first phase of Empire AI. New York is the first state to use a collection of public and private colleges to advance AI research for good. The Simon Foundation donated money to Empire AI for research purposes, and the University of Buffalo has requested to be the permanent home of the AI Computing Center.
A train in New Jersey crashed after hitting a tree on the track. The accident killed 1 train operator and injured nearly 24 passengers. The Riverline train was traveling from Trenton when it hit a tree north of Roebling Station. 23 of the 42 passengers sustained minor and non-life-threatening injuries, and the Riverline service has been suspended between Florence and Trenton.
Recovery efforts are continuing in Florida after the destruction caused by Hurricane Milton. President Joe Biden surveyed the destruction and said that the destruction is not as severe as officials had anticipated, but it still caused 11 deaths. Florida also has 500,000 homes and businesses without electricity and ongoing fuel shortages. Recovery efforts are starting to grow, but experts say a full rebound will take longer.
With all these property losses adding up, several analysts put the number of insured losses in the tens of billions of dollars, and uninsured losses could tally billions more. Laura Aguirre explains increasingly frequent severe weather events. It may serve as a policy wake-up call.
Nobody is immune to flooding in the United States.
Nowhere is that more devastatingly apparent than in the southeastern U.S., where a 1-2 punch by Hurricanes Helene and Milton have left entire regions across 6 states completely decimated.
Unfortunately, most of the losses we are seeing from the tragedy of Hurricane Helene are not insured.
Those uninsured Helene-related losses could reach $30 billion, according to one assessment by CoreLogic. In the mountains of western North Carolina, where entire towns were washed away by historically high flooding, many residents did not carry flood insurance.
If they don't live in a coastal area, they figure they're safe.
Mark Friedlander of the Insurance Information Institute says Helene's catastrophic aftermath serves as a reminder for everyone to review their homeowner's policy.
No matter where you live in the country, you need to own your risk, meaning you need to understand the potential hazards you might face in your community,
such as regions with higher wildfire risk or frequent tornado activity. But Friedlander also points out
your standard property insurance policy does not cover flood. That's why you need to have separate coverage. And that's true nationally.
And that's true because
if it rains at your home, it could flood at your home.
For Consumer Watch, I'm Laura Aguirre.
Friedlander says a key takeaway is if you live in a non-coastal area, most likely the cost of flood insurance is extremely reasonable, on average between $40 to $50 a month, in addition to your standard policy premium.
Israel strikes a refugee camp in central Gaza, killing 14 people with many others wounded. Many of the dead and wounded were brought to the Al-Aqsa hospital. The shelter had approximately 5,000 people being sheltered. This Israel military said that it took the necessary steps to limit harming citizens and blamed Hamas for using a civilian infrastructure.
The U.S. is sending an anti-missile system to Israel with troops to operate it. The Pentagon says that this defense system will help Israel's air defense after the attacks from Iran. 100 U.S. troops will also be deployed to operate the system. It's rare for the U.S. to deploy troops inside Israel, but it's notable during the heightened tensions in the region.
After the break, a hardware store declares bankruptcy.
And don't miss changes coming to the Starbucks app.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I guess I have really been looking for love in this dating app. Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
We'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
What's going on?
Yeah, dude, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Yeah, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa. You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow.
Wow.
Get a close up of that one.
Broadcast news.
Look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
The True Value hardware store brand announced today that it will file for bankruptcy after 75 years of business. True Value says the reason for bankruptcy were due to the consumers spending less money on hardware. The company is selling all of its operations to its rival company Do It Best in a $153 million bid. However, the company says all 4,500 stores will continue their day-to-day operation.
Recently, California implemented new minimum wages for fast food workers. Now, healthcare workers will also be getting a new minimum wage. Starting this week, the minimum wage will increase to $25 an hour. This includes janitors and cooks in healthcare facilities, affecting nearly 400,000 workers. Pay increases were supposed to go into effect earlier this summer, but due to budget issues, it was delayed.
Starbucks announced they will be cutting back on promotional offers in the mobile app. This is an effort from Starbucks' new CEO to reduce the strain employees face, as well as reposition Starbucks as a premium brand. This will include removals of buy one get one free deals and half-off deals. Starbucks instead plans to motivate customers to purchase their coffees through advertisements.
A new study reveals that more non-medical personnel are using the opioid antidote, and experts reveal that it could be responsible for the decline in overdose-related deaths. Across 2020 to 2022, nearly 744,000 people were administered the antidote known as Narcan. During that time, nearly 43% of people used Narcan before EMS could arrive. Narcan became available over the counter in 2023. Experts believe this is what caused the decline.
The men's soccer team faced Fredonia at home this Saturday.
The Lakers destroyed the game, securing another conference win. Reporter Lucas Marcus has more on it.
Thanks, guys. It was a huge win for the Lakers this weekend. The biggest goal difference since October 2022. Soccer team dominated the Blue Devils at the Lakers Turf Stadium with a score of 6-1. The game was very intense, with the Lakers attacking and pressuring the visitors, creating chance after chance. Oswego had a total of 21 shots, while the Blue Devils only had 5. The Lakers are very strong this season in dead ball situations, and that's how the first 3 goals happened. Kyle Genry contributed directly in 2 of these goals, scoring in one and assisting in the other one. However, the goal of the day was from Ryan Bullis, scoring a goal from the halfway line.
I mean, it's hard to put into words. I mean, for Columbus Day weekend, I have family from Pennsylvania who came out to watch, and it's my first collegiate goal as well, so it's just a really surreal feeling to be able to score it in front of my family and friends. And it's just incredible.
Ryan is one of the new faces of the team who has been contributing a lot to the improvement of the Lakers.
We're very fortunate with this freshman class, and we 2 transfers as well that have been hugely important. And then we also have some seniors that are just all do different roles, but there's the training sessions that have such positive vibes, and they're working their tails off, and we're really excited about the last couple games of the season.
The Lakers' next game will be on the road this Wednesday against SUNY Potsdam for another SUNYAC conference game. I'm Lucas Marquez reporting for WTOP-10. Now back to the desk. The win made the Lakers go to the 6th place, and now they will face the Bears, who have not beat Oswego since 2017. Coming up next, Alex Kemnitzer will be giving you the latest on sports ceremonies, devastating losses, and exciting playoff news. Don't go anywhere, as WTOP 90 News will be right back after the break.
La 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 la. Free. La 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 la. La 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 la. Free.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
We'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
And it could be your last chance to see one occur for 2 decades, as the next time one will be visible over the continental U.S.
He's May 84. Yarrow told police in the hospital that he had pressed the doorbell and waited.
They mix with oxygen and nitrogen and briefly
Welcome back to WTOP-10 Nightly News. I'm your sports anchor, Alex Kemnitzer, bringing you your latest updates on local and professional sports. Today, we'll be looking at a special Oswego ceremony, some devastating losses, and a first look at playoff series happening across the professional side of sports. Moving on to our first story, SUNY Oswego inducted 5 new members into the Athletic Hall of Fame on Saturday, September 12th. The class of 2024 includes former student athletes from men's and women's swimming and diving, men's ice hockey, men's wrestling, men's basketball, and baseball. Carlos Domo, Gregory Doyle, Nicholas Perioli, Jennifer Reed, and Sean Green were the 5 inductees honored during the ceremony. Accolades that the 5 former student athletes amounted during their time at Oswego include Conference's Most Outstanding Wrestler, a SUNYAC Championship for swimming, NCAA All-Star Honors for ice hockey, and a SUNY Oswego Leadership Award for basketball. The night was hosted by 2 current student athletes for the Lakers, Anthony Kaysen of men's wrestling and Molly James from women's basketball. Oswego women's field hockey team suffered a heartbreaking loss against the New Paltz Hawks on Saturday. New Paltz put up a whopping 8 goals on the Lakers, with 5 of those goals coming in the final quarter. The Lakers' lack of offense in the opening quarter came back to bite them, as the Hawks got on the board a mere 3 minutes and 10 seconds into the game. The Lakers were outshot 30-0 in the 3rd quarter, leading to a rough day for Lakers goalkeeper Sam Krautheim. Krautheim tallied 15 saves on the afternoon, but continuous turnovers were the difference in this game, as the Hawks took advantage of the Lakers' inability to move the ball. The Lakers will head to Rochester to take on Nazareth University on Wednesday at 4 p.m. The league championships are underway in the MLB playoffs as 4 teams remain. The New York Yankees will take on the Cleveland Guardians, and the New York Mets will take on the Los Angeles Dodgers. This ensures that there will be a new World Series champion since the Dodgers won the infamously short 2020 season. The Dodgers and Mets are currently tied at 1 game apiece in the best-of-7 series. They will face off for Game 3 at Citi Field in New York on Wednesday. The Yankees and Guardians are currently playing Game 1 of their series as we speak, and the 2 final American League teams will also play tomorrow in Yankee Stadium. With players such as Aaron Judge, Shohei Ohtani, Francisco Lindor, and Jose Ramirez still left, it looks like we're in for an exciting finish to the season. The Minnesota Lynx and New York Liberty are tied 1-1 in the NBA Finals. The Lynx squeaked out an overtime thriller led by guard Courtney Williams, who dropped an impressive 23 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. Kayla McBride complemented the performance with 22 points of her own. The Liberty came back and responded with a dominant win, beating the Lynx 80-66. Breanna Stewart continues to chase history as the former first overall pick seeks her 3rd championship and 3rd championship MVP. 3-point specialist Sabrina Ionescu and former MVP Jonquel Jones are seeking their 1st championship with the Liberty, giving the finals matchup that much more narrative and that much more weight. Game 3 will take place this Wednesday at 8 p.m. For our highlight of the week, we have the number 2 Buckeyes taking on the Oregon Ducks at Oregon. Will Howard finds his receiver Jeremiah Smith in the end zone. Jeremiah Smith had an impressive 100 yards and a touchdown on this game. This game had a lot of weight because this is the first time the Oregon Ducks have been in the Big Ten.
Rifles caught. Ferguson shakes free inside the 30.
This game had a lot of weight as the Oregon Ducks played their first. This is the Ducks' first year in the Big Ten and their first big test against a huge opponent, as Ohio State had a 26-yard reception to get in a field goal range, but after an offensive pass interference would push them back, Will Howard would scramble, make 3, 2, 1, but what is he thinking? He's got no time. They would lose this game 32-31 against the Oregon Ducks. We'll be right back after the break.
About a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
We're here for you, we're here for you. This is your channel 2. With sports and news and what to do, we're here for you. It's your TV, you're watching WTOP. Your TV, thanks for watching WTOP.
La 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 la. Free. La 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 la. La 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 la. Freeze.
A pumpkin of epic proportions.
A Belgian grower has won the annual European pumpkin weighing competition.
His pumpkin tipped the scales at a massive 2,500 pounds, according to RTL Germany.
12 growers from across Europe competed in the championship.
So I don't know how you get a pumpkin that big. That's pretty impressive.
I mean, if Charlie Brown was looking for a great pumpkin, I think he found it with that one.
Definitely found a good pumpkin there.
So So how's the weather?
So for those of us who may have already turned our heat back on with the cooling weather, I will say it is still Fire Prevention Month, so make sure to check your chimneys to make sure that you're not going to have any chimney fires if you're starting your heaters, your pellet or wood stoves up, because you start getting a lot of chimney fires this time of year as we get into the winter.
And Alex, why don't you give us
That's our report for tonight. Be sure to stay tuned for Stick It to Sports.
Thank you for watching. Have a great night, everyone.